Make a U-turn. In 1,000 feet, slight left, take the next left, sharp left, turn right on, continue on, in a quarter mile, at the light, in 600 feet, turn right on.
You have reached your destination.
Well, if you guessed that today is Gas Tank Day Part 2, then get yourself a mid-strength beer and celebrate with me because we're going to do some cool crap. This is Carbon Off. I've used this before in a couple of my other videos, and this eats paint in real time, so I'm going to show you how fun this can be. And I'm going to strip the straps of this gas tank and get it ready for the new one I was just able to order finally. So without further ado, here we go. Okay, so this is the last of its kind. It's actually a nice glass, but it doesn't have any mates, so it is going to serve as the vessel to which I dole out the Carbon Off. So if I have any, I don't dip right from the jar because, or the gallon container, because I don't want to contaminate it. So all I do, liberal amounts. God, it's already lifting up. Freaking love this stuff. Yeah, I'll keep moving so you can see that this stuff is no kidding coming up as you're watching. I'm using liberal amounts. I guess I could have taken the gas tank out of this. But it's nice to have a nice, steady something to work with, right? I hear the UPS man outside. Jeez, that stuff is fast. Oh yeah. I should get my trash can closer. So I'm not going to bore you with 10 minutes of me stripping. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to hit pause, show you the final result once I am done getting all this stuff off. I'm going to let it dry and or dry. Take a wire wheel and just get any pitted rust or junk out of there that I need to or should. This isn't coming up very easily. Oh, maybe it is. And I'll take it down to bare metal. I mean, that's the intent. So that I can respray it with chassis paint, both for appearance and because chassis paint's just freaking awesome. There we go. So again, I'm going to pause and do all of the grunt work behind the scenes and show you the after effect. Okay, so I've spent probably 25 minutes or so getting the paint off and then using a wire wheel to get as much rust scale as I can. I can keep on going, I suppose, but I'm going to use the easy way. And this is what I'm using, rust converter. I've used this before to great effect. All I do is paint it on, keep it wet for a few minutes. It eats the rust and leaves behind a nice dull silver finish, which basically is zinc. And I'm going to leave it all on the tank while I do this. And then once this is done and finished, I'm going to spray paint it with chassis paint, and that's it. I might use some epoxy primer, guys. I got some. And then I guess tomorrow or the next day or something, my new gas tank will arrive, and I'll just swap out bands and new rubber and so on and so forth, and install it in the chassis. Well, check this out. I seem to have received my, I think it's my, maybe I should check. Yep, sure shit, that's my gas tank. And I ordered it like yesterday, so that's the benefit of living an hour and some change away from Moss in Richmond, basically. So I've also got a Amazon Prime box with my fuel pump. So I'll undo this and just show you how it all looks. Yeah, so there's that. No complaints. Silver covers the filler. Silver down there covers where the center unit will be, and it's in a pretty, very nice. Okay, let's get a gander. And what else I bought? This rubber strap, a big roll of it. I actually remember that I've got another one in my drawer, so I didn't need to buy it. But that rubber strap goes between the metal band and the actual gas tank itself. Okay. These are the screws that hold the that keep the what do you call it? Sending unit attached to the gas tank. Those holes there. This is the fuel pump and the fuel kit that I got from Amazon, and it's the same one, same pump, same output, same yada 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 that Moss sells. I think I paid $14 for this kit, and it's everything that comes in this. It's the same contents as what Moss sells. So Moss, if you're listening, you've over freaking charged people for the same kit that you're selling. Okay. Last but not least is the actual sending unit itself, and so I may put all this together. At least put the sending unit into the gas tank while I think of it, and keep up with the bands on that sucker there. There we go. This looks kind of crappy, actually. I might in the future spring for some brand new, maybe better looking bands, but you know they're working, so maybe I won't. In the past, when I did my Roadster, these bands were already installed on the frame, and it was a beast, an absolute beast to get this thing to line up and go on, and etc. etc. So as you can see, I've got some play in these bands. I've glued them to the piece of metal, wood cement. I shouldn't. Let me back up. I have glued. Where did I put it? I'll put it somewhere. There it is. This rubber goes between the metal band and the actual tank itself. So I've glued the rubber onto the back of the band as a buffer between the two, right? But I've got a lot of play in it, so if I need to move those around or these around, these puppies go in the back, which go here. That one, and the other ones, of course, will go here and there. So without much further ado, let's get to doing, and I'll show you the final result. Okay, this took all of like 3 minutes, and 2 of those were bending these puppies into the right configuration to put bolts through. So there we go. Yeah, it looks a little cagey with this flat black with shiny, kind of rumply dimply stuff, but that's okay. I'm sure your feelings will be assuaged by a mid-strength beer. I am not convinced I've got the rear correct. I think there's something back in there just because of the way that that flange fits onto where it is, right? You see that this slip, and then it goes in and then up and then over. I think there's something in there that needs to be there. So if you know better and you can tell me, and I gotta go buy one, I guess, or look at my stores, see if I've got one. And the other reason I'm kind of curious is because if you look at it, it looks like it's hanging down a little bit. You know, it's slanted that way. So I may have an uneven surface when I fill up the tank. If you know better, by all means, let me know. I'd love to hear from you.